invested in seeing that come to fruition. And so Iris, hires more employees for the Citizen. We're going to be seeing her a lot more on that set. A lot of the new actors on the show who work for her. It's going to be a really cool thing.
She obviously went through the loss of her daughter last season. How was that shaping her moving forward?
It's hard for Barry and Iris both. Obviously, we pick up 10 seconds after season 5, so it's still very fresh and raw. And the first thing Barry and Iris deal with is, how do we grieve Nora in a healthy way so that we can move forward and, deal with all the crazy stuff that's always happening in Central City and Crisis on Infinite Earths, obviously. So, yeah, it's something they deal with very early on.
How does that affect their relationship and them as a couple? Yeah, I agree.
I think it's hard for them to navigate. It's not always perfect, but I think there's a common goal for Barry and Iris to do it together, to grieve together and get through it together. But it's not without bumps along the way, that's for sure.
Everybody's gonna sort of be on baby watch from now on.
Baby watch?
Baby watch.
Oh, wow.
So is that something that you want to happen on the show?
I don't know. It depends on where they want the show to go and how long the show's going to last. And I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because Nora's gone, but it doesn't mean that they can't ever have kids again. And obviously, from the comic books, we know about the Tornado Twins, and famous grandson Bart Allen. Is that even right? Did I get that right? I'm sure you guys will fact check me. Fans will. But there's a lot of potential for this bloodline of really iconic speedsters, and so I think it's something that they probably toy with at some point. I don't know.
But is Nora really wrong? Because she couldn't have come back into the past if she didn't exist in the future.
Well, but then she dissolved because they changed the timeline.
Guys, this is above my pay grade. I say the lines, try to make it work. It's very It's still very confusing to me, all of it, how time travel works. But I think the thing is, we tried to leave season 5 with this notion of, she's out there. She's in a different timeline, but she's out there. And it's not, we don't have her with us, but she's there. And I think there's some peace in that Barry and Iris have.
So, crossovers fun for you guys, or is it more pain in the ass combining and crossing over and having this massive adventure?
It's a logistical nightmare, and I think we've gotten better at it through trial and error. It's not an easy task. You're not only, trying to deal with your show and that scheduling, but 3-4 other shows who run in a very different way, It's a lot. I think it's taxing on the actors, the crew, the cast. But that being said, I think we all know how successful they are, how much it means to fans, how cool it is to see some of your favorite characters from different shows bump into each other and interact. So I feel like the payoff is worth it. I don't know. I don't think it's stopping anytime soon. I don't know. It's good.
So can you talk a little bit about so Iris has been pretty badass the last few seasons, and we already talked a little bit about how losing your daughter is going to impact you. But can you tease us for season 6 and how is that going to impact your badassery, I suppose? Is that going to make you even madder, or is it going to? Are you going to want to take a step back? What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. We're not that far into season 6. We've only shot 2 episodes, moving into episode 3 soon. So there's not much I know about, those smaller points of my trajectory this season. I'd imagine, with anything, Iris, no matter what happens, she gets back to doing what she knows how to do, which is fight for her city, and she'll do that by being a reporter. I'm sure the loss of Nora and everything that's happening will only give her fuel to, be the reporter that she knows she was meant to be.
What kind of impact is her reporter job going to have with, considering her father is now promoted to crashing as she's kind of dealing with issues at the police department, or is there any kind of clash that you've seen so far?
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't dealt with that yet. I have no idea how that it could provide for some interesting content between father and daughter, and where the lines are to be crossed and not crossed, and what's appropriate and not appropriate, legal and not legal. It would be very interesting if we even moved in those territories in terms of writing, but I have literally no idea.
Yeah.